Okay, okay. Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Yes,
Good afternoon,
yeah,
ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Myself, Megha Patel from HM Patel Institute of English Training and Research. Yes, today we are going to deal with the topic that is from the first unit of your CTET syllabus, that is child development and pedagogy. Right? In that, the very first sub point is child development, elementary school child. And in that sub point, the very first topic that we are going to see today, that is concept of development and it's a relationship with learning. Okay, first of all, let me share my screen. Let me know if it's visible or not. Yes, is my screen visible to you all?
No,
No,
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes.
I think it will take some time.
Yes, ma'am. We can see now.
Yes.
Yes. You can see properly now?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Yes,
No,
yes, yes.
ma'am.
Uh, you might have connectivity issue. Just check your connectivity so that you can also see the screen. Okay, fine. The first topic that we are going to deal today is concept of development and its relationship with learning. Fine. Here, concept of development. Okay. Before going to before understand the concept of development, you need to know the meaning of growth, right? So, what is growth? Only then you can understand the development. So we can will have the concept of growth and development simultaneously. Okay, growth denotes the increase in the size or the shape of a particular thing. For example, if I say I plant a seed and then just a minute. Okay. Yes, the process of becoming a tree from a seed, that is the tree is growing from seed, right? So that is the growth, increase in size or the shape. It can be observed, right? Growth can be observed because it's a change in size, shape, proportion, or any feature, right? So that is the growth, while development is a process of in development of skills or the maturation or maturity development in a particular person or a child. So J.E. Anderson give a definition of development, that development is concerned with growth as well as those changes in behavior which results from environmental situation. We can say the behavioral changes consist or in a concept of a development. So we can see the behavioral development, right? The maturity or the personality development of a particular child, that can be considered as the development, right? Development can be both qualitative and quantitative changes, right? It consists of both qualitative and quantitative changes. It can be measured, it cannot be, it can be observed, it cannot be, right? So both the changes we can see while a child develops, right? Or the development occurs in a particular child. Yes, development implies overall change in same form of structure resulting in improved working or functioning. Yes, so development means progressive series of changes that occurred in a child, right? Yes, we can say development is concerned with growth, right? Uh, yes, moving ahead, development involves changes of an orderly, coherent type tending towards the goal of maturity. Yes, it is, we can say a comprehensive and a wider term. It includes the overall changes in the individual. Yes. Yes, we can say it's a lifelong process also. Development implies improvement in functioning and behavior and hence bring qualitative changes which are difficult to be measured directly. Yes. Development, we can say development is organizational, or it is organization of all the parts which growth and differentiation have produced. It is also possible without growth, while growth is not possible without development, right? Yes, we can say the overall changes occurred in a particular body that can be understood as the development of that particular, right? uh, yes, some stages of a developmental development, right? So we can say the developmental stages of a person's life. uh, First one is early childhood, when a child was born, and that development we can consider in the early childhood development. Okay, fine. Let us discuss which activity they started to learn in that particular stage in early childhood. Okay, can anybody tell me which type of activity did you observe in early childhood of development? Right, what the child can do initially in their early childhood, means from 1 to 5 years of age. So what type of development did you observe? Yes, anyone?
Can I say?
Yes, yes, why not?
Uh, in the initial years of a child, we will observe in him the
Yes.
as a symbol of growth.
Mm-hmm.
The way he starts talking, the way he starts
Yes.
behaving or imitating his elders
Mm-hmm.
in the family. And then when he
Yes.
starts going to school and when he
Mm-hmm.
starts observing his around his surrounding, then
Mm-hmm.
he will start to make friendship or create, friendship bonds with his fellow mates. And then he
Yes.
will start to play, he will start to jump.
Mm-hmm. Very good, Maitri. Yes, these are the activities you all may observed in the child. It can be considered as the developmental stage, right, of the child to early childhood to later childhood, right? So in early childhood, a child used to work independently. They started work by themselves, right? They are started playing with toys. Yes, they also learn to how to show their emotions, when to cry, when to laugh, so they started to respond right on a particular thing or on a particular state. So behavioral development, we can say, right? Behavioral development can be started in the early childhood. Yes, the language development, they learned a lot of vocabulary in that early childhood. They started saying the sentence by joining the words, right? So they started framing the sentences in their early childhood, and their curiosity increased in early childhood, right? So these are the developmental, or we can say behavioral development can be seen in early childhood, right? Okay, moving towards the next stage, that is later childhood. Yes, in later childhood, which type of behavior did you noticed in later childhood? Childhood means before the age of adolescence, before entering into adolescence, which type of activity did you observe in that particular child, or yes, child of that particular age stage, or we can say.
Like a child will be able to For example, if we talk about the activities that a child can do before entering to adolescent, then he'll be independent in every way. He'll be able to do his things in his own way without any help or support.
Yes, exactly.
Then he'll be able to catch things in a very nice way, like catch and throw in a very effective and a confident way if his gross motor skills are concerned. and and then he'll be able to his thoughts will be developing, his
Yes.
handwriting will improve, he can draw in a better way.
Okay. Yes. I wanted to add some more, behavioral changes or the development of later childhood. That is, it is the stage later childhood is also known as latency stage, right? In this stage, a child is, child started to adjust in society. They started to observe the social norms of the society, right? They started to accept the social behavior, right? They started to, uh, adjust with their, yes, neighbors, with their relatives. Yes, they start now, moving ahead, they started to develop interest in the academic activities. Now they are, in a stage that they can get to know which is the interested areas. So they started, doing the activities which are uh, which in which they have the interest. So interest, they developed that interest, right? So they can know the like and dislikes. They developed, yes, the habit of, like and dislikes in this age. So they can, yes, started, they started to participate in academic activities in later childhood. Yes. Yes, and they also, started making friends. They know their choices. So according to their choice, they started to making friends in this, later childhood. It is a very important age, because in this age, the behavior shaping, we can say, is done of a child, right? So before entering into the adolescence, the behavior of the child shaped in this later childhood period, right? Okay. Moving ahead, so this is the, important stage of a child. Okay. Adolescence period, yes, we can say it's a period of stress and storm, as we, learn in our B.Ed class, in our, psychology paper, that adolescence is a stage of stress and storm, right? It's a very crucial stage of a particular's life. Yes, can anybody tell me the characteristics of adolescence period? Yes, you know a lot about this, stage, adolescence period. Yes, can anybody?
Can I?
Yes, Maitri.
But if anybody else wants to speak, so I am not speaking, like.
No, you can, Maitri.
Okay, ma'am. Fine. In the adolescence period, as
Mm-hmm.
we all know, we have also gone through it. It is it is an obsession. Like adolescent is compared to an obsession. Every child is obsessed with some or the other thing or
Yes.
hobby or anything like that.
Hmm.
Extremism is their word, and sensitivity is, again, you can say that adolescent is full of sensitivity. Then
Mm-hmm.
obsession, possessiveness,
Yes.
and they have this eager curiosity. Yeah, they have this curiosity to know things, to know how life works, and even
Mm-hmm.
their directions will even they'll be if they are redirected in a nice way, and if they are mentored properly, then
Hmm.
definitely it will be a fruitful one. But if they are not mentored properly,
Hmm.
then it is the worst phase of life. So it all depends on that.
Yes, yes. Adolescence is a, yes, a very crucial stage of life, as the, behavior develops in this stage. Okay. some biological changes will occur in these stage, right? So they are very much confused about that because they don't know what is happening with them, right? This is a, we can say, a critical stage of life. Yes, adolescence is a critical stage. Yes. Yes, they also, facing the fluctuation of feelings, right? So they don't know when to express, or when to cry, when to laugh. The expression or the feelings fluctuate in these stage, right? So they are very much obsessed. Yes, Maitri, you mentioned that, yes, obsessed, right? Okay, one more thing I wanted to add is, the the attraction towards the opposite gender develops in these stage. Now they can get to know that they are a male or a female, and so they started attracting towards the opposite gender in adolescence only, right? Yes, the hormonal changes will occur in the body, so they are quite, seems confused, or see, first of all, they don't know what is happening with their body, the biological changes, the hormonal changes, and due to that, some or we can say some changes occur which can be observed, right? So they might have confused, so they don't know what to do, with their body, so they are
The
quite
search, hello, ma'am.
yes.
The search for self begins in the adolescence only,
Yes, exactly.
and increased decision making is there. Means at we can say in
Hmm.
later childhood or early childhood, they don't have the decision making power, but in
Yes,
this age
exactly.
it increases more and more.
Yes. Yes, they are very eager to know, right? To know the things. Yes, and also, the development of the ego, right? So they are also, quite proudy, or we can say they influenced, they try to impress others in this stage, right? They wanted to establish their identity in front of others, right? Yes, these are, yeah, some characteristics of adolescence age. If anybody wanted to add anything, they can. Yes. Yes. Hello.
Manisha, please mute your mic.
Okay, moving towards the adulthood and old age. Yes, actually, we are, focusing on child development. We'll consider this stage only, and adulthood and old age. Yes, you are now adult now, maturity. We can see in adulthood and then old age, right? In adulthood, the child will be quite responsible. They are taking responsibility of their family. They are now socially, they developed their social identity. They try to take responsibility of their family in adulthood, right? And old age, yes, you all know. So for, child development, we need to focus on early childhood, later childhood, and adolescence only. Okay, moving ahead, the types of development. Yes, types of development. First of all, that is a physical development, cognitive development, social and emotional development, moral development, language development, and personal development. Okay, you all have learned these, types of development in your B.Ed. So I want answers from you people, right? What is physical development in child, from very early childhood to adolescence and adulthood? Adolescence, yes, physical development. Yes, can anybody tell me the characteristics of physical development?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, physical changes means the changes that
Hmm.
happens in one's body.
Yes. Okay, fine. height increase, weight increase, right? Right?
Yes, ma'am. Then
Yes.
in, among males, mustache starts coming.
Mm-hmm.
Then their voice becomes more and more malish.
Yes.
And in girls, they have again increased height.
Hmm.
And this puberty comes,
Yes.
maturation starts, and they even their voice comes. No, that nothing happens
Harsh.
to them. Yeah,
Harsh. Yes,
yeah,
the voice becomes harsh, right?
yeah.
Okay, fine. Yes, that is physical development, which can be seen in your body, right? Okay, cognitive development. It's a very wide area, right? It's a very wider term. So we can just have a brief information or a brief note on cognitive development. Yes, can anybody tell me what is cognitive development? It is related with the
Mind.
mind, exactly. Yes.
Thinking, critical thinkings, and such kind of thinkings takes place. Problem solving thinking and all that.
Yes, exactly.
At first he is observing, he don't understand what is being done and what he is observing, but
Hmm.
day by day the cognitive capacity and development will take place, and he can understand what is going on, what is good, what is bad. Such kind of
Yes.
thinking takes place in that, in the
Yes, exactly.
child's mind.
Yes, fine. Cognitive development is related with the mind. Yes, development of mind. Okay, fine. Moving ahead. Social and emotional development. Yes. Yes, can anybody tell me social development? They started to develop, establish the social relationship, right? They believe in, making friendship. They try to, become as their ideal person. They want or they crave for independence. His personality should be recognized by others. They wish like, right. So they started accepting the social norms of the societies and the beliefs, right? So these are the social developments. Moving ahead, the emotional development of a child. Yes, can anybody tell me? Emotional development.
He becomes sensitive towards the things that is happening around him, around
Yes.
his family, and around the
Hmm. Hmm.
social background and all.
Exactly.
And even while watching movies, if we say like,
Hmm.
he tends to understand more in a sensitive way than before.
Hmm. Hmm. Exactly. Yes. uh, Fine. Yes, they are quite sensitive. So too sensitive, we can say. They are in adolescence, they become too sensitive, inflammable, and moody, right? Yes, at the early, starting from the early childhood, they started to they try to understand the other's feeling, right? Then they try to respond on the particular behavior. They try to show their behavior on a particular event. Moving ahead, later childhood, yes, they are started yes, responding, or they have started to learn the manners of the society, when to say something, and when to have patience, or when to have maintain silence in the society in front of elders. Yes, they started daydreaming in adolescence. Yes, their emotions, yes, fluctuate very frequently in adolescence age. So these are the emotional development. Moving ahead, moral development. Yes, can anybody tell me moral development? Any two, 3 points of moral development? Impact of religion and religious practices can be seen on their behavior, right? They tries to talk about God and religious. religion at the very first early childhood and later childhood, they'll be easily do the things whatever their parents try to tell them to do. But in the adolescence, by entering into the adolescence, they started questioning about god. They tries to talk about god and religions. Yes, yes, these are the yes, so we can say moral development, and then language development. Yes, as we have discussed in the characteristics of early childhood and later childhood. uh, in early childhood, they started to learn some particular words which are repeatedly they hear in their house, right, by their parents, by their grandparents, by their siblings. So they started to learn new words in early childhood, while in later childhood they started to uh, put their points, put their thoughts in front of others. And in adolescence, they started to develop their own understanding. Yes. Okay, moving ahead, personal development. What about personal development? Can anybody tell me? They try to establish their personal identity, right? We can see. They are conscious about their appearance, right? They try to make them as an attractive, right, so that others can notice them. Yes, that's it for the types of development, as it is not the part of the syllabus, but as we are going to the concept of development, we need to focus on the types of development also. Fine, moving ahead, the relationship with learning. Okay, fine. What is the relationship of development with learning? How development impacts a child's learning? Yes, first of all, what is learning? According to Thorndike, learning is a gradual process where the individual will make many attempts to learn. Right. Yes, in simple language, we can say learning means to learn something. Right. So that is learning. Okay, if I wanted to say or if I wanted to discuss the relationship with learning, I can say development and learning are the two sides of same coin, right? Because you know, moving ahead, we will discuss later that learning awakens the developmental process through social interactions with peers, teachers, etc. Yes, learning awakens the developmental process with the interactions of the surrounding, right? The people who is surrounding to the child. It cannot be possible in the isolation, right? So when the child is isolated, learning is not possible at that stage, or we can say development is not possible at that stage. So uh, learning or the atmosphere, uh, that learning atmosphere provides development to the child. Yes, development plays a crucial role in learning. Yes, obviously, uh, when you are talking about when we will talking about physical develop sorry cognitive development, social emotional development, you can easily connect that particular type of development with learning. Without that development, learning cannot be possible, right? See, if language development won't be there in child, how they can learn, right? So relationship of learning with development, or relationship of development with learning, is interdependent. They both are dependent on each other, right? Childhood development influences the learning, obviously. Social and emotional development occurs from the very beginning, when the child was born. Same in language development, moral development, cognitive development. It is all our linkage or interlinked with the learning. So they all are they both are interdependent on each other. Yes, we can say. So they both are linked together. Yes. Can anybody tell me any point in relationship with learning, relationship of development with learning? Yes. Can anybody tell me? Yes, Maitreyi.
No idea, ma'am.
Acha, okay. Did you understand, na? મૈત્રી સમજાય તો છે ને? Acha, okay, fine. Let us have the questions which were asked in the previous CTET examinations related with this topic, that is concept of development and its relations with learning. Okay, the first question is play has a significant role in development of young children for the following reasons. Except, sorry, A, they gain mastery over their body. B, it stimulates their senses. C is it is just a pleasant way to spend time. And D is they acquire new skills and learn when to use them. Okay, you need to solve this question. Okay, who will give me answer? What can be the most appropriate answer for this question? See, there is no
D.
right and
C.
sorry. C.
Ma'am, D.
Uh, can you explain how it's D? Read the question properly, first of all. Play has a significant role in development of young children for the following reason. The question is about the importance of play in a child's life. Why it is important in child's life? Give the yes, accept this means you need to find out the reason.
Ma'am, B. It
Yes,
stimulates their senses.
Maitri, accept this particular option. You are not supposed to tell the benefits of play. Understand the questions properly. You
It's
need
C.
to tell the drawback
Yes, ma'am.
or
Now got it. Yeah,
weakness.
got the
Yes,
real thing.
yes, yes. So answer will be C. It is just a pleasant way to spend time
Pleasant way to spend time. C.
because they gain mastery over their body, because they try to balance their body and their mind. It stimulates their senses, obviously. Uh, stimulates. C is it is just a pleasant way to spend time, and D is they acquire new skills and learn when to use them. It is also happen when they are busy with the playing. So C is the answer for this question, because it is not just a way to spend time or pass the time, right? Okay, second question, which of the following is not a principle of development? A is individuals develop at different rates. B is development is relatively orderly. C is development takes place gradually over a period of time. And D is exact course and nature of development is determined at the time of birth itself.
D.
B or D?
D. D for dog.
Acha Nirzari, yes, D. Exactly. The correct answer is D. Because it is not decided at the time of birth, that the nature of the development of the child, right? So exactly the answer is D. Individual develops at the different rate. That is a true statement, we can say. Development is relatively orderly, exactly, and development takes place gradually over a period of time, right? Stage wise development we can see. in a child, right? So the answer is D. Okay. The third question: children learn effectively when A, the teacher fully controls everything that happens in the class, including the children. B, they memorize facts given in the textbook. C, they copy answers written by the teacher on the blackboard. And D, they actively participate in different activities and tasks. Most
D.
appropriate answer
D
you
for
need
dog.
to choose.
D.
Last one.
D for dog.
Last option.
C. C. D.
Acha.
Last D for dog. Last.
The answer for that question is A, the teacher fully controls everything that happens in the class, including the children. This is what is given in the answer key, right? So this is the right answer. Uh,
But ma'am,
when
we
the
were talking about second question, no? Which of the
sorry,
following is
No.
not a principle of development?
that is discussed now,
No.
Maitri.
No.
No?
For
Okay.
that,
So I guess
for
I am maybe having some network issues because the slide has not. Okay, fine, fine. Okay, then my mistake. Sorry, ma'am.
yes, yes. The second question was discussed already. The answer for that second question is D. Exact course and nature of development is determined at the time of birth itself. That is the answer for second question. We are now discussing third question. That is the teacher fully controls everything that happens in the class, including the children. Only then children learn effectively. Okay. Okay, this is the most appropriate answer for this question. Okay, moving ahead, the fourth question. To understand individual differences in a development, it is important A, to look at the inherited characteristics that give each person a special start in life, to look at the environmental factor that affect the individual, to consider maturation of the body and the brain, and to consider both inherited characteristics as well as environmental factor and their interplay. Yes.
D. Last option.
D. Yes, Nirzari. You are right. The last option is the correct answer. D.
D.
Yes. To consider both inherited characteristics as well as environmental factors and their interplay. That is the right answer. Yes. Okay, moving ahead. Fifth question. Which of the following statements denotes the relationship between development and learning correctly? A. Development and learning are not related. B. Learning takes place irrespective of development. C. Rate of learning far exceeds the rate of development. And D. That is, development and learning are interrelated and interdependent. Most appropriate.
D.
Yes, Nirzari. D. Development and learning are interrelated and interdependent. We just discussed, right? And the last one is children should blank questions in the class. A. Be encouraged to ask. B. Be discouraged to ask. C. Not be allowed to ask.
A.
And D. Be stopped for asking. Yes. Be encouraged to ask. That is the right answer. Yes. Okay, fine. Thank you. That's it for today's session. If you want to ask any questions, you can ask. Yes, if you want to ask any question, you can now. Yes, any question from your side for this particular point? Yes, Maitri, Vicky.
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. Actually, development, growth and development, that is that you have learned in your BA, right? So that is a familiar topic for you, right? So you can understand better.
Ma'am, I
Okay,
have one
fine. If
request.
you,
Hello.
yes, Vicky.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. I have one
Yes,
request. That
yes.
can we have this copy that whatever you are presenting, because due to net issues I could not see it. I could not visualize it. Whatever I was means I wasn't
Yes, ma'am.
dependent
Same
on
with me.
listening.
Even I could not see it. Can we
So the
have this?
presentation.
Yeah.
Presentation, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. We will share it later.
And I would like to request also Rajnikant sir that daily after the class, if he could share that in the group.
Acha, okay. I'll discuss with Rajnikant sir and let you know. Okay.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank
Okay.
you, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Okay. Fine. If you don't have any query, any question, then I think we should end the meeting here, right? Enjoy the
Oh,
first session.